I don't have any more. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry about that, guys.
Sorry. We're back. We goofed.
Got to add channels before we go live. Anyway, or we don't have the channels.
Or you can't see me. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the spiritual show that flows with myself, Claudene, and with Julie, Love Riot Warriors. And today is a very good Tuesday. It's a great place to come and get downloads and elevated, where we just kind of talk about everything and anything, especially wellness. I do want to do a disclosure because it's really important to do this. We are not doctors. We are not nurses. We don't even really know much about the Western medical field. But what we do know is what we've been through, anecdotal evidence, and what I've seen with helping people heal themselves through spirituality and what it truly is. And it is when you're working on yourself and honoring yourself. And through that, I speak upon, like I said, anecdotal evidence for myself and from what I see from other people by helping other people who come to me for counseling and for medicines and stuff. I do make medicines. I do have my own healing facility where I transfer people off of pharmaceuticals and street drugs and alcohol onto plant-based medicine. And we get to the core of the trauma. And once you heal that trauma, then you're able to move on and fully heal yourself, body, mind, and soul. And they don't really do that in the Western medicine. My biggest thing is detoxing. I am a firm believer on detoxing and that every disease comes from the colon and also can come from the mouth, anywhere where your body produces plaque and parasites. So yeah, happy Tuesday. And what does anyone have any questions? Do you guys want to start on talking of us about a particular topic? Whatever, we just go with it.
And I did want to mention, because I put it in the description, collective consciousness. So what happened this week for you when it comes to the collective energies?
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so I do a live on Monday nights with Anne Kalman, who is my co-host, who is from Australia. I'm gonna try to take my sweater off. Maybe I won't be
It's
so
warm
cold.
and then it's cold. And
It's warm and I can't figure out what we are. So yesterday morning, I got up and I woke up and I was just feeling like I just woke up and I felt pissy and with a little bit of anxiety, like my heart was like racing and just woke up this way. And I was like, what's going on? Why am I feeling this way? I come to my facility, open up my facility, and normally I am just really happy because I have a great life. I have nothing to complain about. And I'm doing good. I have good health. I have a great career that I've created for myself. I have a beautiful healing facility. I work with the best people ever. And I was pissy yesterday. I came into my facility and it was really cold. I have what we call a Nest thermostat. The Nest is kind of like a high-end type thermostat that you can work from anywhere from an app and stuff. Well, anyways, somehow it got triggered. I'm not too sure. And it brought my facility down to like 60, I think it was 66, 65 degrees. That's way too cold, you guys, even for me. And I got all pissed off that my AC went off and I start tripping and oh my God, I got money out the window and da-da-da-da. Was it on all weekend? And like, I was just like, really like wanted to go outside and kick cans. I was so annoyed. But anyways, by 10:30, all of that had passed. I forgot about it pretty much until I was doing my live and we were talking about it. And I knew it was collective. I kept saying, what's going on out there, you guys? Why was I feeling this way? Well, after my live, I had to do some paperwork and I had to get some stuff done still. And I watched a live. And my daughter had told me on Sunday something about rallies and stuff and people doing demonstrations and protesting and everything. And I hadn't heard anything about it. And these lives were called Hands Off. And so I got to look, I saw a little bit of streaming on it yesterday. Some people were reporting on it. And I'm like, oh, that's it. That's it. I was feeling the collective. That's what I was feeling yesterday. I was feeling the frustration of the collective, of the energy that they produced on Sunday from doing these rallies, which, yay for them. I don't blame them. They feel completely, totally betrayed. So, it is what it is. And good for them for going out there. And it wasn't just millions of Americans, it was people from all over the world. So, yay for people who are standing up and speaking. Our freedoms, well, what we think we're free, or what we have left of freedom, is being taken from us. We have been ruled by the NWO. It's just not just some, they're not trying to take our our government or take us and put us in the one world order. I feel we've been in the one world order. They've been doing it on us. I don't feel, it's time for it to come to an end, actually. I got some notes, you guys, because I was watching that video. I feel that we depend, and I see this, you guys, all the time, constantly. We just depend too much on the one world order, on the government, for everything, to fix everything. We've gone to sleep ourselves, oh, the government will take care of it. Oh, the government will take care of it. And look where we are today. Look at the FDA. They let us have more poison than
the European Union, for one.
Than any country.
Any other country, yeah.
I mean, they approve everything. They say, well, a little bit. Well, come on, you guys. No.
Right.
No, it's not okay. Especially with synthetic sugars that they allow us to have to put in our foods. The what is that stuff called that's inside of the fake sugar that people use for their coffees?
I don't know, saccharin.
Sure. Yeah, I forgot.
Saccharin, not narcissist. Yeah.
Oh, what is that? Poison, you guys. Maybe you guys can help us out there. But there's a poison they put in the NutraSweets and stuff. And that's made out of rat poison. That's never not okay. There's a lot of things that are okay that they say that is fine for us that's made out of rat poison. And it's just not okay, ever, I don't feel.
Hey, where do you think nicotine for vaping came from?
Yeah, there
rat
you got
poison.
That. Yeah,
sorry,
nicotine.
Guys.
Yeah, cigarettes. Cigarettes are not okay.
Really?
Yeah, they're so. Did you know that nobody even knows the ingredients of a cigarette? Nobody. They don't have to disclose
Aspartame.
That. Yes, aspartame. That's it. Thank you, Nova.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I'm going to jump off that subject real quick. We'll go back to it. I got Nova here. Nova is one of my clients that I am helping get off of 14 pharmaceuticals. She is.
What are you down to? How many are you down to?
Well, she's 37 days clean from the Suboxone. That's the main one.
Yeah. That was
and then she had her Norplant taken out.
Oh, okay. But not she still has the
pacemaker
heart,
and stuff.
Pacemaker,
oh, yeah. She has a pacemaker. She's got the 2 rings. And if you guys want to hear her full story, go to my reviews on Google, Elevated by Claudene. Go to my Google reviews, and she wrote a big, lengthy review talking about her condition. So you can go there. She'll be doing some documenting there monthly, so people can stay updated on what's going on with her. And so she's a big part of these shows right now. She just, she has a little one, so she comes on and off. And also, sometimes she just doesn't feel that good because she is going through withdrawals with all of this. And she did have that implant taken out that was a birth control. And she only had that taken out, I believe it was 2 weeks ago. So that's a huge one. And then coming off of the Suboxone on top of that, that's a lot. And for any of you guys who don't know what Suboxone is, it's a synthetic opiate that they give you when you are hooked on opiates. They give you Suboxone, methadone, Subutex so that you don't have the cravings. But it is a very harsh dangerous, just like methadone, synthetic opiate that binds to your receptors and to your bones. It seeps into your bones, and it's a forever fix. And this all came, the reason why this stuff was invented and was put on them was because John Kapoor created the problem. He is the one who is behind the opiate epidemic. And then he had the solution, which was the Suboxone. Methadone had already been around prior to that. So now he creates that and he gets 2 years in prison and that's it. And he killed thousands and thousands of people, died of overdoses because of him. So Nova's part of that, that whole thing. And she's coming off of it. She's getting off of it. She's probably 38 days clean today, right? Nova, because yesterday was 37. So it's not something you get clean off of overnight or in a month or two. It takes years to get clean off of that and to get it out of your system. And then she's winging down all of her other pharmaceuticals as she's doing this. So she comes on here with us and she gives us an update on her what she's going on. So naproxen, birth control, I have Valium, propranolol, warfarin, and warfarin. Oh, rat poison. Okay, warfarin, rat poison. There we go. She knows all the stuff that has rat poison in it. She's a good little herbalist herself.
I've had to take Suboxone at moments when I don't have any anxiety medicines. It's a balancing act.
I don't want to be in extreme pain, neurological pain as well. Okay, yes. And she is using my mushrooms and my CBD right now to wing herself off of these pharmaceuticals. It's been 38 days. And we do have to be very careful because she does have some very, very serious medical problems, especially with having a pacemaker. And she's young too, very young. So, and she's in New York. Yep, she does. She tries. She's doing the best she can. You know what, with her, where she's at right now. I mean, because she just hit a little bit at the 6-week mark or the 5-week mark. Yeah. So she just got to go low and slow and low or slow, just whatever. And she'll get there. She will get there. And you guys, for that, coming to our show and watch us, you guys will actually be able to watch her get completely pharmaceutical free. As time goes by. But like I said, it's just a slow process. Once she gets pretty much off of the Suboxone for at least a good year and her body starts to balance, and I really know the other pharmaceuticals are just going to start she's just going to start letting them go. And she's going to be just fine. She's going to be fine because every plant out there has medicinal value for the human race. Okay? So every element that she suffers from, there is a plant out there or a mushroom that will help her. And I've already been doing my research on this. So I've already got a whole bunch of stuff put to the side for her. And we're just waiting for her to be ready for that. So yeah, that's Nova's story. And she'll be in here chiming in on what we're talking about and stuff. So yeah, so back to these hands-off protests. Yeah, I just got to say, good for them, good for everybody. Yay, not yay for me yesterday morning though. I don't know if you guys are feeling it or not. If you guys didn't feel this, so Nova, I don't know if you heard, but I was talking about those protests that they were doing. Nova was feeling it because she was on my live last night. And she said she was feeling really pissy yesterday too, wanted to kick cans. Well, Anna, Nova, after we got off of our live, I saw a video regarding it. And the reason why we were feeling that way was because of these protests, I'm sure. Oh, my heart feels a lot more than I did before. I am just processing the emotions because that is where the pain comes. The emotion of because physical, I can feel when my heart starts doing something. Oh yeah, I could imagine. Yeah, process those emotions. Those are energies. Those are energies that need to be processed, and you might have to process the same thing over and over and over, but it's going to come at you in different ways. I always say that when you cry and those tears that come out, those tears are energies that need to come out. They're just not tears. They're energies that are bottled up inside that need to come out.
And oh, hi Jessica. Okay.
June.
Sorry.
She's got to say hi. June's got to make her debut here.
And Wade is saying that he's microdosing on mushrooms for clarity. And I'm asking him what type of mushrooms.
Who said that?
Wade Woodward. It's not popping up, but I'm watching the YouTube as well. So what type?
Okay. I'm also watching my phone today because I am waiting for some business stuff going on. I'm really excited over here. What I've got going on new is I have a live show that I do on Monday nights, and I'm trying to move that into a Discord so that everyone will have a screen. So I'm just going to make my own community where we talk about, we get really, really into it. Ann and I do. We are all about the parasites. And we can't shut up about it. And we talk a lot about it. And she actually gave birth to a parasite, a hookworm yesterday, which was a pretty good size one. And we showed that on the show yesterday. So, but we're going to do a Discord. So I'm really excited about that. I've got my website. Finally, it looks like I'm going to be approved for a shopping cart, for a Visa and MasterCard. So I'm super excited for all this. And it should happen for me. The approval should come in today, but I got to do a couple things with my marketing manager. That's why I keep looking at my phone, you guys, to see if he's messaged me. Yeah, because I got to stay on top of that. But and you know what? In talking about that, and talking about these protests that are going on and stuff, you know, I kind of would like to talk about what can we do to make this better for ourselves. You know, for one, like I said, we have to stop depending on the government, you guys. We've got to figure this out as a collective and work amongst each other and work with each other. And the one way I find myself, the way that I find that I am able to connect to my creator, to my source light, is through creating. Real light source gets installed inside of you and around you when you're creating, and you put your focus on that. Put your focus on creating, and it could be anything, you guys. And you get these ideas, you get these thoughts. Where do you think they come from? They come from source light. Source light creates billions of things all day long, every day. And we are source light. We come from source light. That's who we are. That's who you are, the celestial. You know, don't give up your power to, you know, all of this stuff that's going on with the government. I mean, it's not worth it. I watch a lot of people who, especially in our own spiritual community here in the Valley, who will go on and do a video and just all day, like do several videos bashing whatever's going on with them. What's that doing? That doesn't do anything. But you're giving up your light. I don't see how anyone could get any source light or get any real creativity in a good way when you're focusing your energy on bashing these morons. I am super anti-government. I don't like any of them, you guys. Just a reminder, okay? I'm not biased to any of them. Can't stand any of them. I know who they are. But I'm not going to give them my energy. I'm not going to get up. I'm not going to make a video. I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to create. I'm going to put my focus where I know it's going to grow for the good and for the better. And any of us can create. It's all inside of you guys. It's, you know, you can focus on the wrath, you can focus on being pissed, you can focus on being hateful, you can focus on all of that if you want to. It's not going to get you anywhere. It's going to get you sick. It's going to get you depressed. But focus on building something and creating something is so much more gratitude there. You can have so much, like I do when I wake up. Like I said, when I usually don't wake up pissy and stuff, but I wake up and I'm super happy and I'm super excited to get to work because I created all of this. This is my creation. You come here. I focused on that. I focus on this. Hey, Julian, you want to say hi?
Yeah.
You want to say hi, Mama? Huh?
Yeah, they fixed the YouTube chat, so and that's taken care of. They said, "Oh, I don't see anything wrong." Well, until you looked at it, we didn't get any. Now we're getting them. So,
But when you're
YouTube is good.
creating, you're getting that flow of source,
Mhm.
that source light, and it feels so good. And when I'm saying about creating, it could be as simple as starting a garden, cooking a soup for somebody, or cooking soup for you. Okay, and the one thing that I hear the most from people, I hear this so much. I can't do that. I don't have no resources. I don't have no money. I don't have no one to help me. All these excuses that people come up with so that they can't create, so they can't do something. But to get that flow and to get that real love of source light, you get it through creating. I promise you guys. I can go on and on with what I've created. My creation started with a seed, a cannabis seed. That's where it all started for me. And I had a lot of naysayers saying, "You can't do that. You're dumb. You're stupid. You're crazy." I did it. I did it. And I'll go more into my story about how I got it going here in a minute. Um, and the more you create, and I keep creating, because the more I create, the more energy I give to people, the more energy, good energy I put out there.
And when you're putting out energy, equal or greater energy comes back to
Yes.
you.
Yes. Yes. Me actually getting this shopping cart, getting a Visa, MasterCard shopping cart is what we call the checkout. When you check out on a website, has been long overdue for me, you guys, on my website. I haven't had a proper shopping cart. I'm going on 3 years now. My website is up and it's active and it's everything, and you can purchase on it, but you have to use a check, which a lot of people don't want to do that, nor do they know how. Back in the day when when internet first started, back in 1998 was when I got my first website, which was my first internet connection, which was dial-up. If you wanted to buy something, you pulled out your checkbook and you put all those numbers in. But I do have that type of a shopping cart, but I just can't get people they don't want to do that. So, yeah, so if you want to be negative and sit around and say, "Oh, I can't do that. I can't do anything. I don't have the raw materials. I don't have the money. I don't have the know-how," you're wrong. You do. You do have it, you guys. It's all inside of you. Why do you think you have thoughts? Why do you think you have ideas? You talk yourself out of it. And that's going into linear brain. That's when you go into your linear brain. That's the ego.
Yeah, plants, the seeds. In 1997 was the start of the net today. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you, Victor.
Yeah. Yeah, it was 97. I because I So I gave birth in 99. I remember being on dial-up before I gave birth to my fourth child. Yeah, I remember that. My kids were all on the internet and stuff. Yeah, you'd have to dial it up. And seriously, when you wanted to buy something for many years, debit cards, Visa debit cards were just coming out. I was a branch manager of a bank back then, so I remember all this stuff. We didn't have Visa in debit cards and tapping and what we have nowadays. We didn't have it. So it's been a real difficult, I always said, well, shoot, if I had a functional website, which I did for a while, and then I opened up my facility, and then 2 years into opening up my facility here, they took my shopping cart from me for my website because they can do that to me because I am what they call a high risk business because I sell things and I make things that is not FDA approved. Well, I've always pushed back, you guys. I've been pushing back. I've been pushing back on the government. I've helped make laws. I've helped change laws. The reason why we have grow rights here is because of me and my friends who helped write that initiative and got that legalized. We didn't really want to get that initiative legalized because the initiative that passed here for legalization for recreational is shit. It's a bad initiative. But the people are going to vote on it. It is what it is. We saw to it that everyone got their grow rights because I knew there was going to come a day, and there is going to come a day when people are going to realize how tainted the medicine is. Nobody should ever go into a plant medicine place and their medicine be filled with sugar and dyes. It's not right. It's not proper.
Yeah. And Wade Woodruff has been posting that he is using mushrooms, microdosing mushrooms for clarity. He doesn't know what kind he's getting. He's getting it from an herb store. He's also getting some for his dad, who has Alzheimer's, and it is improving his memory. And I did mention that lion's mane is very great for cognitive abilities. So what else would you recommend as far as mushrooms for?
He needs whole flower, 8 cannabinoid, eight cannabinoids, at least as many cannabinoids as he can. Whole flower, not tincture, not gummies, not any of that. Whole flower, as many cannabinoids as he can in a capsule. And I do have that available. I will be able to put that on my website, though. They made me take a lot of stuff down, and I'll be able to put a lot of this stuff back up because this company that's going to give me a POS system, you guys, specializes in high-risk businesses like mine.
Okay.
So I will be able to have all the mushrooms I want up there. They're negotiating the Amanita muscara right now. They're looking into it. They're telling me the worst case scenario, I'll have to take my Amanita muscara off my website, which kind of, will suck, but that's okay. I'll still be able to have all my other medicinal mushrooms. I'll be able to have all of my kratom, and I'll be able to have all of my CBD. So yeah, he would need a cannabinoid, all flower, whole flower capsule, which what that will do is brush the plaque off of the brain. That's what that does. And I know this works for a fact because I have had clients who have their prognosis was reversed. They were no longer diagnosed with Alzheimer's. She got rid of it by using these.
She's in Glendale. I'll put up her address really quick here. Up somewhere.
I am working with 2 clients right now who are in beginning stages of Alzheimer's. They're doing some clinical trial things, and they are using my whole flowers. We just upped her dose last week to 2 whole capsules. So yes, I have a capsule that is made. I have 8 different types of cannabinoids in there. And when we say cannabinoids, it's like THC, CBD, those are cannabinoids, CBG, CBN. So I do my own growing. I go in, I extract all that stuff, I put it back together, but I don't have to do that with the whole plant flower capsules because I just get all the different plants and then I grind them up and I put them together and I put them in a big capsule pill. So yeah, focus on creating, you guys. What else did I want to put out there before? Oh, The information is there. The information is always there. You have to listen. Listen to what source is telling you. Listen to the ideas that are being given to you, especially when you get woken up in the middle of the night. It happens to me quite often. I got up at 4 o'clock this morning, you guys, and downloads just, and it happens. There's times when Source will wake me up at 2 in the morning. Source doesn't have time. Time doesn't exist for Source. And God's timing is God's timing.
Yes.
It is what it is. So if it's 2 in the morning and I wake up, I'm always like, okay, what's this about? This has got something to do with something.
What's the message?
And I'm that person. I do grab my phone to see what time it is because maybe I could take a THC capsule and go back to sleep. And I'll look at the time and it's always like 2:22, 3:33.
Angel numbers, people.
Yeah, some kind of numbers. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, I got to sit here. And I'll sit there and I'll listen to what Source has to tell me. I am a writer. I write and I write and I write. I mean, I got books after books after books because
Yep.
it's hard for me to remember it all. Even though I am working on getting a photographic memory, you guys, but the downloads that I get are tremendous. And anyone who works with me, and I know Nova's one of them, they'll agree with you. And I know Julia will be able to say, heck yeah, I'll get them. And
They just keep flowing.
they just flow and it changes. And my truth today doesn't mean it's going to be my truth tomorrow. And anyone who's ever worked with me will understand that statement with me.
Now, Nova's asking, what does Amanita muscaria do exactly?
Okay, Amanita muscaria is a poisonous mushroom, you guys. It's the red mushroom right here. Let me see.
They're all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a subliminal message that's been given to you guys your whole entire life. Let me get this right. See the red mushroom right there, you guys? Can you see that? Is it blurry or am I blurry?
kind of blurry. Let's see if this does any better.
Let's see if we can get it. So the red mushroom top, that's the Amanita muscaria. It's a very poisonous mushroom. It has been demonized. It has been stigmatized, just like cannabis has been on us. But I know how to work with it. I love the Amanita muscaria. Oh, you guys are going to love this. You guys ever come to my facility? Everywhere you go, you're going to get Amanita muscarias are everywhere. This is my little man, my little Amanita shroomy guy, critter guy.
Not only is it a shroom, but he's a parachute.
Yep. It just it's a stress ball. It's crocheted, it's handmade. Everything in my facility that I carry, everything's handmade, handcrafted by my local artist here. I support them. So yeah, this is the Amanita muscaria, you guys, okay? And what it does, it's about the ibotonic acid and the muscimol. That is the property it has in it. It's not psilocybin. It's not anything like that, okay? It's got 2 other different properties, okay? When I get these 2 properties to hold each other up with my extraction evenly, we've got a great medicine. You're going to love this, Nova. This is so great. It helps with benzodiazepine damage to the GABA receptor and alcohol damage. So anyone who's had any damage to their GABA receptor, that is going to repair it. It works during REM sleep. It is the dream mushroom. For me, when I started taking it, I was on it for 1 full year. I used it for 1 full year before I brought it, before I started selling it and using it on other people and dosing it, because I had to learn it first. And I learned it. It took a year and it blew open a huge portal to my ancestors. And that's how I learned how to use this mushroom. And by the end of my journey of this portal that I went through for a year, I was told to bring it to the people, that the people need this. And it's very Vedic medicine. The Vikings used it. The Norwegians used it. So yeah, it helps with the GABA receptors and repair those pathways that have been closed for anyone who's been hooked on benzodiazepines or alcohol. And that was me. I was on Xanax for a while my son, I had a son who was on a horrible heroin addiction. And that's kind of what started my journey of all of this, because there was no real help for my son or for me. And because of that, and I turned every leaf over, I flipped every rock to try to find help for my son, and I couldn't. I got put into $170,000 worth of debt trying to find anyone or anything that would help him. And there was nothing out there. And that's where I came along and said, I started planting my cannabis. I was already an advocate for cannabis at that time. I'd been working on advocacy of cannabis for a very long time. I'd been pushing back on that for about 12 years. So even longer than that, I just didn't really tell people because I didn't come out of the closet, because I didn't, because my friends were being arrested. I had friends who went to jail for 2-3 years because of CBD. So it was real to me. I had to be real, we were real careful on how we did everything. But yeah, the Amanita Mascara will be one that you will be using when you're ready, Nova. I'll be getting you on that. And I do it through a tincture. My products are a tincture, and it is the one mushroom that you can smoke. So that's a lot of fun. And it does make you feel very, 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 very euphoric. A different euphoric than anything else. I make a skin repair because with me using it, it thickens your skin. And I just love that. I put it under my eyes all the time at nighttime and around my mouth. And what else do I make? Oh, and I make a chapstick. The other Victor from Louisiana, I'm surprised he's not on here. He has one of my chapsticks. He's been using it. So that's the Amanita Mascara, and it is a poisonous mushroom. So don't ever use it, take it raw. Make sure that it is decarboxylated and that it is extracted properly. If you're going to eat it raw, make sure you start with a little tiny, tiny piece. I do forage that. We have it here in Arizona where I forage it every year. And at Christmas time, and it is the Christmas mushroom, you guys, that's another thing too. The reason why Christmas was made up, or the reason where Christmas theory came from, was from the Amanita Mascara. If you ever do a consultation with me, I will show you that video. If you go to my Facebook page, Elevated by Claudene, or my spiritual page, Claudene Landry, look back into December, and I posted a video about the Amanita Mascara. It's a cartoon. It's about 3 minutes long, regarding how this mushroom is the Christmas mushroom and the solstice mushroom. So if you want to learn more about it. So that's the Amanita Mascara. And then he also said he was, okay, so we're already done with that.
Victor,
okay.
Yes, Yule as well, which can be considered the same thing, yes.
And Yule's all about that too. Same thing, yeah, that's part of the traditions too. The Amanita Mascara, Yule. He's right. Mm-hmm. He knows about it. He knows. Fly agaric, the fly agaric, that's another name for it. Victor's in Sweden, so he really dives deep into this. I'm sure Amanita Mascaras are all over where he's at.
Well, he's saying that it's similar to the red one, with spots on here in Sweden. They're demonizing it. So yeah,
of course they're demonizing it because they don't know how to use it, but it's very, very powerful, good medicine, and it works. Like I said, it works during REM time when you're sleeping. Anything that's good for us, they're going to demonize. But it's been a subliminal message in front of the Americans' face for quite some time. I mean, we've got Mario Brothers, we've got Alice in Wonderland is based, that story, which has been around since the 1800s. That story is based around the Amanita Mascara. That's the mushroom of the Alice in Wonderland, you guys. So it's not anything new, far from it. I love that mushroom. Oh my goodness. I will never forget that journey. I went through that journey in 2021. So.
Oh, that wasn't that long ago.
Okay. No, it kept, oh God, that was it kept coming to me, and it kept coming to me, and it kept coming to me. And I was just like, okay, yeah, I'll deal with that later. Cause I was so busy getting my store open and getting the facility going and just creating. I was just, didn't think there was anything else I probably didn't need to learn, and the mushroom just kept coming to me. Finally, it literally, someone mailed it to me It went to my home address.
Huh.
And there was a big note on there saying, I must learn about the Amanita muscaria. It is time. That is the note they left on there. I still have the note. I pasted it to a jar that's full of Amanita muscaria. And then I still stuck it away in the drawer. I bring it to the facility. I stick it in a drawer, and I'm like, okay, I'll do that later. I had an assistant at the time who saw that I had it, and she's like, oh my God, you have to do this, Claudene. And then I said, okay, I'm going to take that as a final message, and I'll do it. And that was in 2021. And I did it. And I worked with it all year of 2021. And then I broke out with my products in 2022. So I've had them ever since then. And I've been a dosing specialist on it too. So I've actually been practicing Shu Bambu longer than I've been doing Amanita muscaria. And Shu Bambu is urine therapy, you guys. That's another thing that I do too. Okay, I'm also a practitioner for that. I will be posting that that on my website here pretty soon too. I've been saying that for a while, but I'm really going to do it now because I'm very confident in dosing that too. But yeah, you guys, it's all about creating. I'm serious. I mean, I create every day. I create something new. I turn bad things into good things by putting source light in there, a bad situation, a bad idea. And I go in there and sometimes some of that stuff just can't be shut down. Some of that stuff just can't go away. So I transmute that into something good. I do it all the time, you guys. And when you find yourself creating, you're going to your life is going to be better. It really is. And don't get negative. Don't say, oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. You can. Like I said, mine started from a seed and from a son who was on heroin. And now I have this beautiful business where I'm helping people and and my medicine is becoming more successful. And another thing I have that happens to me a lot. And I find it to be very funny. Almost everyone does this to me that works with me, or my clients will come to me and say, Claudene, I have a great idea. And it is a great idea. It's always a great idea. Some of the coolest ideas have come across me. I'm like, that would be so cool. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, let's do it. And then they're like, no, you do it. No, it's not my idea. I didn't create that idea. So if you need help, you have an idea, and you guys need help on how to get creative, how to get it started, I am here to help you. I have no problem helping people move forward in their thoughts and in their creativity. But as far as me doing it, I'm not doing it for you. I create enough, you guys. I create constantly all day long, and I'm transmuting energy all day long. But I have no problem helping you guys get started and get moving. Why not? We need new everything. Honestly, we do. This planet just needs a new way because we need to stop. It'd be nice if we would just stop relying on the government. I don't believe the government's going to be here 8 years from now, maybe less than that. It's going to be dismantled. And we're going to govern ourselves. That is what we were meant to do. Govern ourselves. Not have some one world order tell us what we can and can't do. And then tax everything. Everything.
The air we breathe, I mean, really.
Yeah, they're pretty much getting ready to tax the air that you're breathing, you guys. That's what they're trying to do. No joke. So all this stuff needs to go away. Change needs to be here. We talked about change last week, and I know change is scary. None of us want, nobody wants to ever change, but we're going to have to. And we're going to have to move on to something different because what we've been doing just isn't working for us anymore, you guys. So, anyone out there have any good ideas of what they want to do? What's your thoughts that you guys have been having? What are some of your creativity things that you've been thinking of? Yes, creativity is a beautiful thing. Power to the people. Yes, power to the no matter where you're at. I don't care what. I don't care.
LOL, right? Air rights. Yep. Yep.
It has nothing to do with what nationality you are, you guys. We have to stop that. It's all about the human race. We are one race, and that is the human race. And we have to come together, and we got to get these borders down. They're stupid. We don't need borders. They're the ones who section us off, you guys. You know, and it's wrong. It's stupid. I mean, if I want to go to Canada, or if I want to go to Mexico, or if they want to come here, we should be able to go back and forth as we please and govern ourselves. And that means being a person with integrity.
Exactly, Kim. Peaceful mind.
Yeah, you do, because you're creating, because you're letting that source light, God light, literally flow through you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love creating so much. And I'm creating a whole entire new line, you guys. I am revamping, I am redismantling what I've been doing and going to rebuild it again with new products, with new ideas. Because now that I've gone through this detoxing of all of these nasty, horrible parasites that have come out of me, and you're not exempt. You're not exempt from them. Trust me, you're not. Unless you lived inside of a bubble and you lived off air. And even the air is polluted.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have the products, and I'm going to have the type of diet you need to do. Everything's going to, I've got all these ideas. There's going to be like where it's going to come in a package, or you can buy things individually, you know, whatever it's going to be. I already know that I'm going to have these I already know that. I already know that there's going to be a guideline that you got to follow depending on what parasite you're trying to get rid of. Because I think I've had at least 5 different types of parasites come out of me. At least I think that's where I'm at 5. And then, like I said yesterday, my co-host from Monday night just had a hookworm who came out of her. And it was a pretty good sized hookworm. Picture of it.
A red one, because she
It was red.
drinks beet juice.
That's something, Nova, I would love to see you get into, is drinking beet juice. That would benefit you really good.
Tincture, but not sure. Okay, word tincture, but not sure what that means. Please explain tincture. Please explain tincture. Oh yeah, okay.
Yep.
That's a good
A
subject.
tincture is,
She has some right there. Somewhere back there.
on deck.
Oh, on deck. Okay.
This is a tincture. Anything that goes sublingual, under the tongue, is a tincture. Ooh, I think I might get some of this.
What kind is that one?
1,000 milligrams, sleep and relax.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That'll be fine.
Well, you'll be here. It's not like you're driving.
It'll just make me nice and relaxed. I just took a little bit. So, and that's a tincture right there. That is how a tincture works. It goes sublingually underneath the tongue. That way it goes straight to the innate. I've already given this every time I create a tincture, every time I create medicine, I give it instructions on what to do. And I pound it and I hit it in the palm of my hand. And that is how I get, and then sometimes I put it in my sound bowl. I also align cheese. I do red light therapy. I help you guys work on your lymphatic system. That's another thing that I'm into, is the lymphatic system too, because it's very important, along with the hormones. But I give it the instructions on what to do for you. And so when you take it, your body already knows, your innate knows what to do, because the instructions are already in it. And tinctures are the way of it. Our ancestors have been using them for eons. from the very beginning. That's how we took medicine. We didn't take capsules. Even though I do have a lot of capsules, because people just can't handle the taste of plant medicine. It's very harsh sometimes.
Sometimes,
Mhm.
not always.
Not always, but
But I love the nutmeg that I take. That's the tincture I take. And also glycerin, Jess, alcohol, oil, or glycerin.
it all depends what the plant is. Is it water soluble? Is it oil soluble? Is it alcohol soluble? Every plant is extracted differently. Some of them can't be extracted from any of that, so you just have to do it dry. You just have to either eat it or you have to put it in a capsule. So based on the plant and what it is, it's all taken. The delivery system is different.
Now, you were talking about creativity, and Kim is thinking about making a wind chime, not windshield, with the shells she picked up at the beach 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's beautiful. Wind chimes are gorgeous. I've got several of them. I'd be that crazy wind chime woman where they'd be everywhere if I could.
But creating it yourself is going to just bring in more abundance, more
Good
information,
energy. Yeah.
good energy,
Good energy.
creativity.
You went and you forged those shells. I mean, you did everything. Everything it's handmade, handcrafted, and it's going to be beautiful. And if you continue to do it, you only get better at it, and they become wonderful gifts, and then people start wanting to buy them. And that's a great idea. That is a really good idea.
And when you do things like that, I know I'm not really getting into the government sort of thing, but when you go to the beach and pick the things up, make things, start selling them, then anytime you go to the beach, it's tax deductible because it's part of your business. When she goes forging, gas, everything to get there is part of, it's part of the business. So it's tax deductible. Us being online, the hours we put in, tax deductible. So just so you know, it's not, don't think that, oh, I can't go because it's going to cost me money. Actually, it'll help. It'll eventually help.
And sometimes some things do cost money. Don't let that stop you.
Don't let it stop you.
I always say, if there's an issue, if there's a problem, it just means you got to get more creative. If you've got something blocking you,
Yep.
just got to get more creative. And I say that a lot with my yoga. When I'm doing yoga and I can't do a yoga move, I'm like, okay, I just got to get more creative. I got to find another way, another movement to do it, And that's where that thought came. That's where I learned that. Oh, okay. If I'm getting blocked moving this way, then I'm going to have to go go the other way with my body. And that is where I got the download. Yes, Claudene. When you get stuck, you just got to get more creative. And yep, and manifesting it. Yep, and putting the effort forward when you're creating whatever it is. And let's just say it can be so simple, you guys. It doesn't have to be anything so as huge and big as kind of the stuff that I do. It could just start with just cooking a meal for yourself or for your family. That ripples out. That energy ripples out to be something amazing.
Yep.
And very healing.
And Jess is saying the kids and I are making fairy houses out of recycled materials and rocks I found. Excellent way.
I love it. Those are going to be so cute.
Yeah, putting them in the garden right now. But you're going to notice, hopefully, that your kids start picking up on things and, oh, I'd like to make something out of this. I'd like to make something out of that. So eventually you might have a cottage business making things like that.
I got people who make these they go and they collect seashells and they collect stuff and they make this kind of stuff. And this is just for the garden, to dress up your garden. And this lady, she makes all kinds of things.
And there's dream catchers on there too.
Yeah, she put little dream catchers on the tip of them. Yeah, she's quite, I guess she does recycled stuff. She's into doing recycled from chandeliers, and she goes and gets jewelry
And you can find a lot of great treasures at thrift stores and just walking around. I find a lot of things. I pick up a lot of things just walking around. So
I have another artist, and she collects rocks. They're so cute. And she just paints them. She puts her love in there. This one's really pretty. She puts a lot of work into them. She's getting better at it.
and look on the other side. It might be small, but you've got it on both sides. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yep, she's starting to get really good at it. So there's a lot, there's so many things. And then that mushroom you guys saw, that's crocheted. That was hand crocheted.
Oh, flip furniture. Great. One thing about furniture, Goodwill has them on sale at least one Saturday a month. Usually everything in the store is on sale one Saturday a month for 50%. Okay. And so if you want end tables, that's the great time to go get end tables. Because I get them for $14 or less. I mean, it's a great time. Okay.
Yep, I got a client who made these. Okay, I love these. These sell. People love coming in. I sell these quite often. So it's just it's made out of you see that? They're medicine, little plastic medicine holders.
Oh,
For
wow.
capsules, yeah. And then she put this beautiful leather, and it's tied so you don't lose it. And it's safety lock. It's got a safety lock on it, like because they're capsules.
Medicine bottle.
Yeah, medicine bottles. And then so that you got a child lock on there. So if you, I don't know, maybe you do cannabis, or you got something that you're traveling with, or something you just don't want it to open up, or you don't want the kids to get in there. And mine, I have mine, and I put my cannabis in it.
And Kim B says on her 50th birthday, she brought back a 7-foot driftwood log. Lesson learned. Do not do that again. It rotted from the humidity and not being exposed to the salt air. Some things are better left alone. Yes. And when you are out foraging or gathering anything, make sure when you're standing there that it wants to go home with you, okay? Because there's a lot of crystals, red jasper, so many things we can pick up here in Arizona just by hiking and walking around, that you got to make sure that that wants to come with you, because I've heard people taking cacti home, and the cacti started moving. I mean, undulating. And called in an expert, Arizona Wildlife, whatever group that was. But anyway, called them in or called them, and they said, get it outside now. So took it outside. Within a day, snakes came out of there. So you never know what you're bringing home. So make sure when you're standing over there, do I really want to take this home? I'm just saying, you never know what you might be bringing. So be careful. But yes, when it is, like the little things you showed, or seashells, a lot of things where can you find the crystals? In Arizona, I find the crystals over by the Salt River. I'm sure I can find them near some of the lakes too. But yes, I just walking around, do gardening, landscaping when I have the energy. No,
Good for you, Nova. Yeah, just I know, your creativity, your energy. You're getting better, and I know you create because you have a little one. You're making dinner. You're making lunch. you're always doing something for your little one. So you're constantly creating. So I know you feel that love coming through you. Doing his laundry, that's creating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Being a mother is creating. I have these really fun things I got to show you guys, and then I'll stop showing you guys. I even have nomies in here that are made too that I should show you. So I have a client who makes these, okay?
Nice.
And they're little mirrors, you guys. Who doesn't like a good mirror? I don't have mirrors up because I know what mirrors are. I know they can create a portal and stuff. So, but it's, to have a mirror, and I carry these. I have one, a personal one. I've bought a bunch of them for family members, my granddaughters and stuff. And my client makes these. She does all that designing in the front herself. And it's in the front and the back. And she literally goes around and she hands these out to people.
Wow.
Judy. This is Judy.
Oh, Judy?
This is Judy's
Judy
work.
makes those?
Judy makes these, yeah.
Oh, wow. She does a great job.
And she makes people feel so good.
Yeah.
She is she's financially stable. She's, she can handle doing these. I do sell these at my facility though for her. And I've been selling a lot of them. People love them. They're great little gifts for $10. So anyways, but she goes around and she gives these away. It's so cute. And it's the look on people's face and how happy they are. And it makes her feel so good that she's able to do this. So it's a lot of fun. Mirrors are not good. They're not. We didn't even use mirrors. We talked about this last night. Remember, I don't know if you heard. Victor was on last night. Yeah. You want to be careful when it comes to mirrors, you guys, because they are portals. You don't want to have mirrors in your room. Absolutely not. That's not a good thing. We're not supposed to be that vain and looking at ourselves in the mirror all the time. Our ancestors didn't do that. We can see our reflection in the water, and it's okay to be reflected. But to sit there and, that's, kind of like, I think mirrors were a great start on narcissisticnism.
It is, and that is an old tale when it comes to, I think it was Greek mythology, but I forgot what Narcissus' name was, but anyway, saw his reflection. He was on his way to go to get married, and he looked at his reflection in the water, and flowers grew because he never left looking at himself.
And these are my nomies. These are all over the place. I don't sell these. These were gifts that were made for me. I've got like 6 of them. These are just my nomies that go around the store, but I just wanted to show Victor. And these are just 2 of probably the 50 I have in here. I don't sell any nomies. I don't sell the nomies. They're just gifts.
Yeah, I'm looking all over.
Yeah, I don't ever have to decorate for Christmas because I'm already red and green.
Well, then again, your was it your mom and sister made a Amanita mascara tree for you?
Yeah, Christmas tree.
Christmas tree for you. So, yeah.
Okay. Get those things put back there. Okay. So yeah, you guys, that's just really what I wanted to talk about today was, last week was about change, and this week is a little, this segment's a little bit about creating, and just you can do it. You guys have got this. Look at all these ideas that you guys have already posted.
Right. And utilizing what you have on hand to create something new and different is simple, but it just makes life worth living. I mean, it brings in creativity, brings in love. You get to shower your love. The kids learn things. I mean, it's just so great.
You have fun.
Yeah.
You have a lot of fun. And it's not always about making money or whatever.
No,
Some of you guys already, have that. You guys are already stable financially,
Well, and it's putting in your garden. It's creating it. I looked at my garden the other day and it's like, no, I need to tear it apart and redo it. So that's what I need to do. Yeah. It was the old me, not the new me.
not the new. Yeah. Yep.
So-
A new season. So it's a new
New
season. So you want to, right now is a perfect time for planting. I got to get on it. All I got left is I got to get my strawberries. My strawberries are what I want to do. And I'm really trying to get creative on how I can do watermelons because I have such a small space.
Hanging.
I know. I was thinking of, or even some grapes because I'm really good at growing grapes and watermelon and stuff when I have the space. But because grapes grow up, watermelons grow out,
Yeah.
and they will grow up too. So yeah, I'm trying to figure this one out. But I've never done strawberries, so that's why I'm going. Well, let me try strawberries since I don't have the space to do watermelon and grapes. I know for sure that I can do hanging strawberries.
Well, and then I don't know if you've seen hanging tomatoes.
Yes.
And then hanging watermelon can be done too.
Yes. I'll have to think about how we're going to do it. It has to be whatever they're hanging from has to be really strong because watermelons are heavy and strong.
Right. So. Well, another thing is have a net to catch the watermelons themselves so they don't hit the ground. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just give them a flat spot. A flat spot because when I grew them on the ground, I just had a little flat spot. That was it. But yeah, I'm getting that's a creative thing. I will get creative. I will think about it. Like I said, there's nothing that I can't do. I just got to get more creative.
Right.
So we'll see what, I got to do this quickly. Or I could just go ahead and just go to my son's house who's got a ton of property.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, just go there and get the watermelons going.
Give me a little bit of space here.
Yeah.
Well, isn't your grandson working on garden stuff or is he more in the chicken stuff?
No, it's the chickens are eating the garden.
Oh, okay.
They didn't build the gardens up. They put them on the ground so the chickens are loving the garden. They ate it all up. So it's pretty funny. Yeah, but they're still working on it. They got to have raised beds. So that even though the chickens can fly up, though, I'm sure they can still fly up. But they love their chickens.
Yeah.
Hoping to get my small herb garden, tomatoes, and cucumbers. Yeah, Victor, you're in a small space too. So you're going to do this all through pots?
Now he's got a little balcony, so that's a good thing too.
Yeah, I don't have much. I do have a raised bed garden that I'm working out of right now that has been built. I'm doing that, and then I have about 10 pots going right now. So I got a lot of lettuce. I do a lot of lettuce because I eat a lot of salads. So, and I got a lot of tomatoes. I got a lot of peppers, bell peppers. I've got a lot of beets. Getting ready to forage my beets, my onions. It's possible. It is possible. It don't matter. No matter where I'm going to be at or where I'm going to rest my head, there's going to be a garden.
Yes.
There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. The place that I'm at right now, is I'm helping my mom right now. She only had like 2 or 3 plants when I got there. I think between the living room and the kitchen, I think I counted 20.
So. And for them to be growing inside and still being strong.
They're
great.
beautiful. Yeah, they're so beautiful. Yeah, no, it's real. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. And I do starters too. Do any of you guys do starters? Do you start your own plants with your own seeds? That's why I want to grow watermelon because I've got a bunch of watermelon seed starters from my last year for my watermelons. Yeah. So I do a lot of starters myself too. I want to start doing some microgreens here inside the facility.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, I'm going to do my own microgreens.
I know you started to do some of that. How did that work out?
No, I didn't. They're right there. I did not. I lost focus, but I'm going to get back into it. Yeah. That happens with me. I get too many projects going at once.
And during spring planting, we definitely get a little bit busy.
Yeah. And I've been real focused on this parasite thing.
Yes.
So,
yes,
yeah, I've been real focused on it. So it's kind of just lost my focus, but I'll get back into it. But I do want to I have great windows in front of my facility and I can grow microgreens. And then I bought this. Well, actually, I didn't buy it. I don't know where it came from, to be honest with you. Well, it's Temu. You guys ever heard of Temu?
Yeah.
Somehow, some way, I got this big box of stuff addressed to me with my name on it from Temu. I didn't order it. I don't order from Temu.
Wow.
And inside of it was one of those towers. It's all, I don't like that it's all plastic, but it's okay. I guess it'll do. But it's a tower, and I can grow a bunch of different lettuces out of it.
Oh,
Have you ever seen those?
yeah. Yep. Somebody might have sent it to you.
Somebody sent it to me. I don't know. I have no
Did
idea.
it come here?
No,
The
it came
house?
here. It came here to
Okay.
the facility. Yeah.
Okay.
And so someone bought it for me. It had my name on it. I checked my bank account to make sure that, because sometimes you're online, you're doing something, you hit something, and maybe you did buy something. I don't know. I feel like Temu is like a website that kind of hijacks or causes viruses on your phone or something. That's what I think, but I could be wrong. But anyways,
Well, Timu also has, this is the word, they just sent me parasite companies that are trying to take money away from them. So, yeah, they're
Yeah.
not as well protected as they need to be.
yeah, whatever. I just think it's a really weird website, to be
To
honest.
get
Yeah.
planted stuff really cheap, yes.
Yeah, yeah. I've
And
seen some
garden
really
stuff,
cool lights
yeah.
that people have gotten from there. But anyway, so I got this tower. It's a big tower. It's probably about 6 feet. I haven't put it together yet, but I'm going to. And I will be able to grow all kinds of herbs and lettuces out of it. And it's just like, I'll be putting it here inside my facility, and I'll be growing all summer with this tower, and then along with my microgreens too. So I don't know. I just love growing. You guys, it's so much fun. There's nothing better than when you grow your own food.
Right.
I eat out of the garden. That's my thing. That's my jam. And then making medicine too. I grow my own medicine. I grow my own mushrooms. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on with all the stuff that I do.
Yeah.
And if I don't grow it, then I usually know someone who does grow.
Right.
I am people from the neighborhood, they bring me stuff. They bring me leftover stuff. Oh, I got good news for you.
Okay.
I have a client who came in yesterday, and she works at this place where they have a bunch of papayas and avocados and fruits come through and herbs come through to her. And then she takes them to the homeless shelters and stuff for the food and stuff. And they don't take it all. And then she takes it over to the pig farmer.
Oh, wow.
But she's going to bring it here first to see if we want anything.
Oh, yes. Definitely.
I know.
What day is she coming?
She'll be here, I guess. She'll be here on Mondays for me to pick through on what I want before she takes all the scrap, whatever it is. Yeah, she says it's all different kinds of fruits and vegetables. I'm like, yeah, most definitely. And it's all farm stuff, real good farm stuff. So
Yeah, we'll take it.
I eat a lot of papaya, you guys.
Yeah.
Papaya is my thing.
Well, and I'm just thinking, because your granddaughter is working on cooking stuff, that some of the things that she brings might be great for your granddaughter to practice with.
Yeah.
Also, what can we do with papaya if you get too much? What creative thing can we come up with to work with the papaya? Do we freeze it?
Oh,
Do we
hey,
make
Samantha.
juice out of it? I mean, there's so many things you can do. So it gives you another creative outlet,
Yeah.
as if you need another one. But I'm just,
Yeah, you can always mulch it. If I don't
Mulch
use
it,
it, I
definitely.
mulch it. I'll mulch it if Samantha, I haven't seen you in a while. Hi. How's it going? How's the review thing going? She's a reviewer. She reviews people's stuff.
okay. Is
Yeah.
she here?
No, I
okay.
think she's in, I forgot, Arkansas or something. No, she's in another state too. She's
Because she
far-
says she cannot wait to start gardening.
Oh yeah,
this
it's probably
season.
cold wherever she's at. Her and
Oh.
Nova, yeah, her and Nova are out there where it's kind of cold. I can see it being kind of challenging for them. Nova did message me yesterday. Did you say it was still snowing, right, Nova, where you were at? I think she said, yeah, they got some rain. They got heavy rains coming in over there.
Yeah. Arizona has 7 growing seasons. Yes, 7. You can be planting so many things in Arizona at any given time. Yes, it's very harsh in the summer, but there are things that do grow in the summer. And in Yuma, that's in Arizona. It is the winter capital of lettuce. So winter lettuce grows the best there in Yuma.
Okay, yeah, she started a show. Okay,
She's
yeah.
in Alabama.
Okay,
And I would think
oh.
that they would have already started.
Yeah, you can
growing
start. Yeah,
down there.
yeah. Nova said
Wow.
that the weather is getting better there in New York too. They're already at 70 degrees, 40 below. So yeah, Nova already started a little garden. So yeah, you guys can already start going if your weather is good. With this kind of weather right now, I'm going to say lettuce is really good if it's still cold at night and it's getting warm during the day. You could do the greens and the lettuce, onions, broccoli, cauliflower, all that stuff. And yeah, here in Arizona, it's really weird. We can always grow, but during the summer, it gets too hot. And sometimes I got to take a break. My garden just dies because it's too damn hot. And it is what it is. But when it gets like that, I'm able to do potatoes.
Potatoes do really well.
And I have some good ideas on how to do some really good potatoes on a shallow garden bed that's on the ground. That would be so easy to do and would just bring in abundance of potatoes. But for you who have small spaces like I do myself, because I got a little condo, get yourself a big, what do you call them? Laundry baskets.
Okay.
With all the holes in them. Okay. And they're like kind of flimsy, honestly. I think they're like the cheapest laundry baskets you can get. And they've got holes, and try to get a high one. Lay down hay and then lay down soil. And then you want to get your potatoes. You want to get nubs on your potatoes where they're already starting to grow. They're kind of getting rotten. Cut those up and lay them on the soil. Then you're going to put hay, and then you put soil again. And then you're going to put more potatoes on there. And you keep doing that till you get to the top. And you just leave it. And in a few weeks, I think it takes about 8 or 10 weeks, then you go and you hunt for your potatoes. And you should have a bunch of potatoes. So that's one way to do it. If you guys are limited on space, I'll be doing that. Oh gosh, I hope I get that done. And I want to get my strawberries done. So.
And Samantha said she found a frog yesterday frozen to death.
What?
In Alabama because they had a cold snap. Seeing frogs are great, but not frozen to death. Missouri has gotten a lot of frogs out right now, so that's
frog. Yeah. How sad.
Well, Mother Gaia called him back. Just saying. But it's the humidity that gets us. Yes, there's this thing called humidity we don't know that much about. Just saying. No. We love it out here because of low humidity. Low to zero.
Yeah, let's talk about this weather, you guys. What's up with this weather? Something's going on. Do you guys know all the earthquakes that we're having? There's earthquakes happening everywhere. Texas, was it Texas that had 25 earthquakes? And then some other state had 13.
Wow, I didn't know Texas had earthquakes.
Yeah. This planet is rocking and rolling.
Mama's moving things around.
Big earthquakes. I mean, we're having like over 7.7 earthquakes. That was Thailand had that. Okay. Japan. Well, Japan always has those big earthquakes, but Thailand doesn't. Thailand never has earthquakes ever. That's why they have such big skyscrapers.
Usually they do come back after a freeze. And usually frogs don't come out before the freeze. So that's kind of crazy. Yeah.
They do come back after the freeze. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, the weather's crazy. A lot of things are crazy. I know that in Tennessee, Miss Jess, if you're still around, they were having a weather roller coaster. It's cold, it's hot, it's windy, it's tornadoes. I mean, anything and everything just kept going crazy.
Yeah, they call it the pole shift. If that's what you want to call it. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people call it a lot of different things. I'm just calling that Mother is renewing. She is renewing. She is changing this planet. I think this planet goes through a overhaul new rejuvenation every so 100,000 years. I think it's just the way of it on this planet. We've just never been here to see it. And that's what we're seeing. That's what I feel we're seeing. And I know a lot of people label it as all kinds of things, and go ahead. I mean, they could be right for all I know.
Well, my favorite person, I've been told he's a prophet, but when it comes to Mother Gaia and all, was George Carlin. So if you ever want to see some really amazing things on, well, he's comic, but he really knows what's going on. I mean, at least he did.
Okay, so I'm
let's see.
on my YouTube. There's this lady. Her name is called Mary Greenlee News, and she's who gives me my weather forecast. I love her, you guys. She has been studying Yellowstone volcanoes and earthquakes for 12 years. She's
Wow.
really good. She has good information, and she just says there was a 6.2. Let's see. Let me go back. 6.2 mile earthquake in East Pacific Rise.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, you guys. She is now reporting alert a scenic Arizona earthquake felt in Las Vegas. That was yesterday. That's crazy. Earthquake swarms near Urrington, Nevada. That was yesterday. And then there was an earthquake on Stagecoach, Nevada, 2 days ago.
Wow.
Iran, 25 miles. I guess a 25-mile deep earthquake is what she's saying. I'm just reading the little notes that she has on her videos. Papua New
Guinea.
Yeah, New Guinea.
Mm-hmm.
They shook. She doesn't say what that was 3 days ago. They had an earthquake. The Persian Gulf in Iran had an earthquake 4 days ago. So yeah, I'm telling you guys, there's earthquakes everywhere. If you guys are interested, her name is Mary, just Mary Greenlee, Greeley News. She's on YouTube. She's awesome. Oh, and she is so down to earth. She is not one of these people. I mean, she's got, how many followers does she have? She has, I mean, she got 3.2K views just on her video yesterday. I think she has she's got a lot of followers. None of it goes to her head. She doesn't even care about any of that. She's like the way that I feel about it. She's very humble. So she gives really good news. And she, like I said, she reports on earthquakes and on volcanoes. And she doesn't claim that it's anything in particular. She just says that this is something that the planet Earth goes through. And then she tries to explain it to you guys with her knowledge. So yeah. And she's legit. So that's a really good resource to go to.
Yeah. And so Nova is saying that the weather roller coaster is in New York as well. Also, yes, I'm seeing Texas had a few, but the latest one it said was April 3rd near Midland, Texas, 29 miles southeast, I think, of Midland, Texas.
So we're having earthquakes where we don't ever get earthquakes.
Yeah.
Arizona never gets earthquakes.
Nope.
And Nevada doesn't get earthquakes. And I guess it looks like we had an earthquake yesterday.
Nevada is near the fault.
Is it near a fault?
Yeah, it's closer to the fault than we are.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, California is all up and down faults. Yeah. And I'm sure we're on faults too. I'm sure we are too. We just don't know it. I'm sure. That's how New York is right now. Yeah. Yeah, she's shaking. This is getting pretty crazy. I mean, I feel like all this stuff that's happening with the catastrophes that are happening with the planet and stuff, it keeps you from focusing on the stuff that you don't need to focus on. It's like going to start waking people up, hopefully, if we shake hard enough. Because we're at a 7.7, you guys. We've already reaching 7.7s. When these earthquakes reach an 8.0, over the 8s, it's going to get really, really crazy. I come from earthquake land. I lived through earthquakes my whole life. They're not fun. They're very scary. That minute that it's shaking is like the longest minute of your life. I don't know who else is on here who's from Earth, who's lived through earthquakes, but they're crazy. I don't like them. I've had lots of weird dreams about earthquakes too.
And I am looking at the earthquake epicenter for the one that was in Arizona, just inside the Arizona border, near the Grand Canyon and the Hualapai Indian Reservation. For any who've been to Hualapai Indian Reservation, the blue water people, I think that's what.
What was that?
This is the one in Mesquite that was near.
Oh, 3.5. That's a pretty good earthquake. 3.5.
Yeah.
You feel that one.
Yeah, but it was near the Grand Canyon.
Oof.
You know, so yeah.
Oh, that's
and
scary.
and the Hualapai Falls, the Havasupai Falls, yeah, that's where it was. So Mooney Falls, there's a lot of them down there.
And how's Sweden going with all those gang shootings and stuff that they're having? Is that calmed down? Is that stopped? Were they able to get that under control? That's some scary stuff right there that's going on there.
Yeah, and they had the bombs, lots of bombs. Over
Yeah,
there
that's
too.
what I mean. The bombing
Yeah.
and yeah, that's what it was. It was bombing, not shootings. What were they doing shootings? I don't remember. I just know there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in Sweden too. Over the age, because they changed the age of when they can arrest children to 15 or something like that.
Bombing in Sweden this month. Okay, shootings much
Sweden have
fifth
one of 3, and
violence.
it was felt in Carlsbad. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, these earthquakes are something's happening, you guys. We got something gonna come at us pretty big when it comes to these earthquakes and these volcanoes. I don't know if anyone follows prophecies, but I'm a huge prophecy follower, especially with the indigenous, the Hopi prophecies,
Mhm.
the Mayan prophecies.
They've been talking a lot about them lately.
And of course they are, because in prophecy, in all these prophecies, especially the Hopis and the Mayan, they both say, and the Yulu prophecies too, they all coincide with each other, that once Yellowstone goes, it's going to be a big mess, you guys. I have a map of what Yellowstone covers underneath it. And I got this information from Mary Greenlee. She specializes in Yellowstone. She's been, like I said, she's been watching it for 12 years and reporting on it. But I screenshotted this right here. I thought it was pretty fascinating.
Hopi said some really interesting. Gaia is really angry.
I don't know if she's angry.
No, she's just cleansing.
She's cleansing. But this right here, that's Yellowstone. And that volcano,
Yes,
that is what it's under. That whole circle, all those states will be affected when Yellowstone blows.
Bye, Kim. Hope to see you tonight.
Bye, Kim. Happy everything. So that's part of Arizona. We've got the top of Arizona. It just barely hits the end of California. It goes all the way into Canada.
Down into Texas,
Down
Oklahoma,
into Texas.
Missouri,
Yeah.
Illinois.
Yeah. So that's all in prophecy, you guys. That one is, and it says it. They say it over and over. Do your research on that, on the Hopi prophecy and the Mayan prophecy, and they talk about that. They say when the Yellowstone goes, then we know that that the shift is really starting to happen. The new is coming in, and I do feel that that is one way that Mother Nature is going to get rid of some low vibrating stuff here on this planet, like people. Yeah. I do believe that we will get a warning, though. I do believe that we'll get a warning to get out of the way for sure.
And Jess is talking about the white buffalo calf. And remember, there's been 2
That's
born.
right.
There were 2 born.
That's right. That's in prophecy.
Yep.
That's Lakota. That's the Lakota prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lakotas have said that. So that's all. Yeah. And that's happened twice already, huh?
Yep.
And it just happened back last July or August. Didn't they get the white buffalo was born?
Yep.
It was sometime last summer. So yeah, the prophecies they're all lining up with each other. I don't think it's anything to fear, you guys. I mean, we need this to happen. Like, and I guarantee you we're gonna. I mean, when the first flood comes, get out of the way.
No, don't just stand there watching people.
Yeah. When something hits, you got some busted windows from earthquake. Yeah, I think it's time to get out of the way.
Oh no. Yep, definitely Lakota.
The shift is really close. Been dreaming crazy. Yeah, well, the shift's been happening. It's been going on.
Yep.
I mean, look at all the stuff that's been happening around the world, you guys. It's insane. And then,
well, you also talked about the consciousness, what you were feeling the other day about everybody else protesting all and the frustration that you felt yesterday. And yes, we're all feeling the energies from all of this.
Yeah, and then the earthquakes. I mean, we're feeling it all. That's what we were feeling yesterday, Nova. That Nova had it yesterday morning too. She wasn't feeling it, or she was feeling it hard.
Yeah.
They've been talking about it in movies. Yeah, they do. They put everything in front of us, you guys.
Well, as you've said many times, Star Wars is true. It is happening and different things like that. So whatever they're bringing to you, it's because they feel it. They know it.
Yep, they know it. Yeah, exactly, Jess. Just, it's, like I said, we'll know when to get out of the way if we need to get out of the way. I mean, we're not dumb. We're humans. Mother will speak, will let us know. But this is just something that I think happens to this planet. It's a very common thing for Mom to renew and rejuvenate, and to extinct things that no longer maybe are servicing her, and bringing in new other types of life.
I bless and release what does not bring me peace.
Yep.
I bless and release what does not serve me. So, yeah.
Yep. Mother Gaia is a real living being, you guys. She is. She's a real consciousness, and we come from her, our human, our physical. This is where this comes from. This is where this goes back to. So we are part of her. And I know she loves the humans. I think we're like probably her greatest creation. We've overdid the expectations of what we were to become. That's what this is all about, really. We're a lot greater than any planet or the creator thought we were going to be. Really, seriously, we don't get credit, though. The humans never get credit for being human and for doing all the amazing things that we've done. Gosh, you guys, look what we've lived through. Demonized day in and day out by these horrible archons that have been planted on us. And then the leaders of this planet. I mean, we're winning.
Yep.
We are winning this big time.
Andreas in U.S. can be next have crazy feeling.
Oh, yeah. Well, San Andreas will go. Once Yellowstone goes, Yellowstone is going to set off a chain reaction. And then we'll see what's happening, because they're already reporting that Hawaii has sunken into the ocean. Like their beachfronts, their beaches and stuff are already sliding in like an inch every season. They're losing an inch. I know that they've done studies on that. California, you can see it. The coastal line has literally moved up miles up. So as far as, California has been falling in the ocean. This is very, very obvious to anyone just this past year after the fires.
And New York's been having problems for decades. I mean, they're getting closer and closer. Florida as well. So
Mhm.
all the coasts are having.
Yep. You don't hear much about Washington, though.
Um, I don't think you hear anything because they don't want you to know about what's going on up in Washington.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that they're, like you said, it's going up further and further north. Okay, Washington is as far north as you can get on the west coast of America. Now, well, I should say of the U.S. San Andreas is a fault. So San Andreas is one of those things that is always moving. And I think Lake Shasta and Mount Shasta are just near that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that might, I mean, if that goes first, most of California is sliding into the ocean.
It'll
But
be
if you're
new.
saying the other one is Yellowstone would be first, so
Well, we'll
it'd be
see.
different.
Who
Yeah,
knows?
who knows?
Who
Yeah.
knows? Who knows? Who? Which one will be going? But once one goes, we know the next one will be going, and yeah, everyone will be affected. Victor, I do
Mhm.
believe. I heard that the underwater. Okay, so Yellowstone is a super volcano. We've only got like 6 or 7 super volcanoes on this planet. Again, Mary Greenleaf speaks about all this. This is what I've learned from her, and then once one of these super volcano goes off, which one of them, it could possibly be Yellowstone. The rest of them, it's going to be a chain reaction. And oh my gosh, you guys, she does a video on volcano ash and lava. Oh my gosh, it is so dangerous for us to breathe in. If we breathe in volcano ash, it's like cement on the lungs and the chest. You can't cough that stuff out. You can't get rid of it. You die. You suffocate from breathing that stuff in. So yeah, she does a 30-minute video on just on when Yellowstone blows. She just did this video like a week ago. You guys go watch it. She's very fascinating. And I was like, oh gosh, that's where it's going to get really dangerous. We can't hang out, you guys, while the volcano is going and the ash is everywhere. That's how dangerous the ash is. And she goes on and on and on how dangerous volcano ash is, not just to the human, but to the environment, to cars, to homes, to all kinds of things, and what it can damage. So it's very interesting. I highly recommend you guys to go listen to her. Now we got a lot of solar flares going on. I don't know if any of you guys have a good person who does sun readings or who studies the sun, because my guy I'm not listening to anymore.
What happened?
Oh, he's a dweeb. He did a horrible April Fool's joke, and his ego, his spiritual ego, because of all of his followers and because of him becoming this influencer, they call him, it went to his head. It went straight to his head, and he did this really stupid 5-hour video, you guys, about how the pole shift actually flipped. And he's going on and on about it. And then at the end, he's telling everyone, and he's getting his backpack and he's getting his bags, and he's telling everyone he's going to the pyramids because it's only safe space to go, and that we all need to get there because the pole shift had actually flipped. He was doing that whole segment on the pole shift. And at the very end, he goes, just kidding, April Fools. And I was like, that's not cool. A 5-hour video. I didn't watch the whole thing. I was just skimming through it, just seeing what he was saying. And I went way to the end. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I didn't think that was funny at all.
Yeah. I mean, the War of the Worlds was a radio show back in the 50s, and people really believed it. It wasn't, I don't think it was done on April Fool's Day, but still.
I mean, April Fool's is fun, and you can play little jokes here and there, but something like that, I'm not going to listen to him anymore. I don't know. I'm not going to, no, he's just dumb. So, but if any of you guys do know any good sun meteorologists, or whatever you call them, that just study the sun, the solar, let me know, because I love to hear people talk about that. I did have some guy who was just your basic 3D dude who would just report on the sun, who was very fascinated from the sun since he was a little guy, but I can't find him. I think he got off. I think he got off YouTube, and he had really good information. So yeah, so I guess we've got these solar flares coming at us like crazy. That's where when it gets really windy here in Arizona, that's how I know we've had a solar flare up, or that the sun's doing something, because we get the solar winds.
We get a lot of them.
We get a lot of them. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of them lately. We're not a very windy state, so
not normally, no.
Yeah, not normally. So, but we've had a lot of wind this winter, so it's been very interesting. And of course, as soon as I look and find out, yeah, there's been a bunch of solar flares that the sun has released. So,
and they're saying 60% for Class M, 25% for Class C.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to get plenty of them.
Yep. The sun's doing something too. I mean, they're all beings. They're all, well, some of them are fake. I do believe that the moon is fake. I do believe that Mercury is fake. I have some answers regarding the Mercury retrograde. That is kind of fun download that I got last week. I forgot all about that. God, what was my download? I wrote it down. So Mercury retrograde, the reason why we have Mercury retrograde, you guys. Mercury is totally fake. And there's more than one Mercury, but we can only see one. Okay, this is what I was told, or this is what my download was. It's a trading post for Earth. The main trading post, it's not a planet, it's fake as the moon. It's highly magnetic. It's the sun's moon, is what Mercury is. It causes electromagnetic problems. That's why we call Mercury retrograde. The reason why it is, and what it does is when we go into Mercury retrograde, it's a great big vacuum. And it goes into retrograde 4 times a year, and it's a vacuum because it siphons our energy. Synthetic. It's a very synthetic planet. And that was a download that I got. So I found that very interesting. Makes complete sense. I mean, why do we have Mercury retrograde? Why is this such a big deal? And it is a time, 4 times a year, I guess, we go into Mercury retrograde. Mm-hmm. That was what my message was. And that is, it's a huge vacuum. And it's when it has its opportunity with its electromagnetic energy to siphon our energy.
Oh, I was wondering what
that she was. Scares me when she comes in through the back. So that's a little interesting tidbit of information for you guys. Let me know what you think. I don't believe the moon is real either, you guys, okay? Our moon was replaced probably about 18,000 years by a demon called Marduk. So, and that is how he did that, so that he can control us, because we are water. The moon is water. The moon still pulls, at this time, as far as I know, we do have complete control of the moon now. It's no longer a space station for them to steal our loosh. It is just doing what it needs to do, and it pushes and pulls the water for right now. So that's a whole nother topic.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's some pretty good stuff. Hey, Nova? I talk to Nova kind of a lot. I try to. Right. So what do you think about that one, Victor, huh? Let me know, you guys, when we come back on here next Tuesday, what you guys get on this.
See, I know that most of the trees.
It's the law, Jess. The law is that they have to plant male trees everywhere. When the city just planted a whole bunch of trees up and down this street called Union Hills, where my store is. Did you see all the trees? Did you come down Union Hills and see all the baby trees they have?
I didn't notice.
It's the law that they have to do male trees. That was part of them. Getting not poisoning our agriculture, but messing up our agriculture and the ecosystem.
Yeah, in the city of Mesa, you're not allowed to plant mulberry trees at all. and male or female. But mulberry is a volunteer plant, and I did have two grow in my yard, and I took down one immediately because it was very small, because I didn't have the space for it. Well, the one that stayed was the female and produced a lot of great fruit. The only problem was mulberry roots are not good for plumbing or for walls, so I had to take it down.
You gotta be careful. You can't plant too close to your foundation. That's not a very smart idea.
Well, volunteer seeds come in and they start growing, and
yeah.
I can't, I'm not going to get rid of Gaia's gift that quickly, but when it started causing problems, I had to pull it down, unfortunately.
Yep.
But utilizing the mulberry wood for other things was great too.
Yep, I gotta find out about that stuff. Yeah, I know. Victor, I like what Victor says. I believe you, Claudene. But yeah, I get the craziest downloads, you guys. I really do. I don't harp on a lot of them. I kind of focus on them for a little bit, but then I just go on doing something else. But yeah, when I got that Mercury retrograde, it was because I was asking Source like a couple weeks ago, why do we have Mercury retrograde? Why do we have to go through this shit? Because it does mess with your technology. And it was just me. Every time I ask a question, I get my answers, you guys.
I was born under a Mercury retrograde, so I have no problems with them.
Yeah, I mean, but they're real. So, but that Mercury planet it's completely, totally bogus. It is a synthetic planet, just like we have synthetic people. Not everything is organic, you guys. Lucifer really had a hold on this planet, and I would love to get into it. I know we're coming to an end. I had a lot more downloads on how he was able to trap us and have control of us, and also had a scope to be able to see inside of us. So he is a sneaky one, man. He really had a good hold on this planet. Not anymore, you guys. That's why we're seeing all of this rebirth with Mother and stuff, because these demons have lost control of us and of this planet, and the things that they use to control us, these AI programs, I do believe are either being dismantled. And I don't want to say dismantled. I want to say they're being reconverted. They're being rerouted to source light. So we've got people on this planet. We've got humans on this planet, you guys, who know a lot more than what I know. And they're doing this work. They're doing this. It's what I call cyber warfare. I'm not part of the cyber warfare, but I do get information, and I do get to get these downloads and to have these visions. And then I just share them with you guys and with everyone that I know. And we bounce off of each other. That's why my Discord is going to be so important, you guys. And the community that I am creating for my Discord on Monday nights, where everyone will have a view, we'll be able to talk about a subject like what we're talking right now. And then you guys will be able to put your perspective in the middle. And then with all of us together, we'll be able to pool and come up with new conclusions and new ideas of what we feel it's about. So I'm super excited about doing this. And I'm more excited to be able to see you guys your guys' face, to see you on screen, instead of it just being all me or just Julie or Anne. Because I don't do this, you guys, to get a lot of followers. I don't do this to be an influencer. I don't. I would never ask you guys for money. That's embarrassing for me. It really is. It's like sending a nude. I get embarrassed for people who do that, and I could never imagine doing that. And then people who ask for money and they become these influencers. And you see a lot of it on TikTok. I just couldn't do that. It's embarrassing because I have products and I have wisdom and I have energy, and you can set appointments with me, and you can set appointments with Judy. And that is where we make our money. That's where we get the currency exchange.
Yep.
by supporting
Energy.
us in that way, by setting appointments and having readings with Julie and having consultations with me and buying my medicine. And I just feel a lot better with that type of currency exchange, giving you guys something and then you guys giving me back something versus coming up here, doing a video and then begging for money. I just can't do that. It's embarrassing for me.
Yes. But getting back to it all, because we only have a few more minutes, is that this is her website,
Mhm.
Claudene's website. And if you need to get a hold of her or any of us, go ahead and go to her website. Her products are there. She's getting more products up there. So keep an eye on what's happening. Stop by and see her if you're in the area.
Give me a call. Call me.
Yeah.
I have my phone numbers on there. All my information's on there. Call me during business hours. If you guys want to do a video consultation, if you guys want to do a phone consultation, I do all kinds of consultations, all different ways. Ask Nova. She'll tell you.
Yeah.
If there's a will, there's a way. We get it done.
You don't have to be here.
Yeah, you don't have to be here.
But remember, she does have a somewhere in here.
Oh, my mushroom club.
Yep.
I have an EBC mushroom club. I do that every third Friday. If you are in the valley, come to it. I'll try to go live this month if I can. If I'm not having to, because I do also teach a cooking class. I am a mycologist chef. I do cook mushrooms on this mushroom club. I make a dish for everyone. This month, I'm sorry, I'm going to do tiramisu mushroom.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to make tiramisu with mushroom coffee or mushroom tea, not coffee, mushroom tea. So it'll be tiramisu and then with chia seeds. So it's everything I do is all organic, all healthy. And I'll be teaching that. And then I'm going to try not to be the one who's teaching the monotubs, but we're going to teach you guys, we're going to teach whoever comes how to make a monotub. A monotub, this will be really interesting for you, Nova, on a little home for growing mushrooms. And you can, so we'll be doing that this month. And Orion told me he would be here to teach the monotub thing. So that would be great because that way then I can just do the tiramisu cooking part and then I can go live. And you guys can go on YouTube when I go live, I can only go live on one channel. It'll probably be YouTube. So.
Yep. And tonight, remember, we do have a class tonight from 6 to 8 Mountain Standard Time. That would be in 8 hours from now. See, that's right. Yep. 8 hours from now. And so love to see you there. And Wednesday, I will be back with Bonnie on Your Love Goddess. And that's at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. At approximately 6 p.m.-ish Mountain Standard Time will be Sonoran Mystic Tarot. And hopefully Miss A5 Says. And that is Wednesday evening, 6-ish Mountain Standard Time. Thursday morning, we'll back with Sonoran Mystic Tarot and Tea Time with Naturally Divine Goddess Tarot. Now, there's been a lot of breakthrough in those readings. A lot of people coming in with mediumship, and a lot of the information has been very, very helpful lately. So hopefully you'll tune in for that. I will be back with Scott on Friday. Yes, we will. Scott and I will both be here at his place doing the live. So hopefully we'll see you there. And Saturday morning is Miss Susan Grayson. No, she will not be there this Saturday because she will be at the spiritual church at 1522 West Encanto Boulevard. And I don't think I have the update for that one yet. No, I do not. And I'm not sure if Don will be there or not. And on Sunday will be Jess and Bonnie for Psychic Sunday. And that will be at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And hopefully Miss Sherry Beery and 85 Says will be on at 3 p.m. ish Mountain Standard Time on Sunday. And then Naturally Divine Goddess Tarot on Monday, and then we will be back on Tuesday. And with the new downloads that she'll get next week.
And you too.
Yeah.
And yes, it is a lot of fun. Thank you guys all for the really nice compliments. I super appreciate it. That's super nice of you guys. And I will not be live on Monday, this coming Monday, with Anne. She is what they call a holiday. She's going on vacation, I think is what she meant last night.
Yep.
We're going on holiday. That was so cute.
Now, even though she lives in Australia now, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was born.
Oh, she's 100% Thai.
Yeah, I was going to say. So we talk about her being Australian, but no, she's multicultural.
She's very, yeah, she's very interesting. I think a few of the people that are on here,
they know that.
Yeah, I know Victor's. I think Victor's really enjoying her. She comes from such a different perspective, and I also feel like her and Victor also have a lot in common too, with being, a different. Their perspectives from a different country is just, it's so much fun. It's a lot of fun. Completely two different shows that I do from night to morning, but yeah. And thanks for being there, Victor and Nova, for being on both shows. I super appreciate it. And I'll be talking to both of you guys real soon.
Thank you guys so much for coming in. We do appreciate each and every one.
Merry everything.
Thank you guys. Have a great one.
So when I started on this healing journey, about 2 years ago, my life was like really unmanageable, and I got shut. You know how the universe or God kind of like taps you on the shoulder, you don't listen, kind of gives you a little push, you don't listen, shoves you to your knees, you still don't listen. I got shoved on my ass.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya.